Hello, my friends. Amy with Campbell Creations, and today I'm super excited to make a necklace with you using DiDi's Deluxe Bead Box for November 2024. The theme is Holiday Elegance, and I am very much so hoping that what I create today will say Holiday Elegance. So let's get to it. So what I'm inspired by, or what I was inspired by partially for this necklace, is this little guy. Very simple. Not too much going on with it, but there's going to be a lot going on with this necklace that we're making today. But that's what started it. So I like to, a lot of times, something small like that will start whatever I'm coming up with. And I like to share that with you, whether it's something big, something small. If it is something like that, I like to share it. So anyways, we are using from the box. Everything here we're using from the box, except for these little spacer beads. And these little spacer beads I got from Bead Box Bargains. They were supposed to be rose gold, but they reminded me more of a Casey gold. And these 14 karat gold filled bead caps I thought meshed really well with them. So I went ahead and pulled them in just to give us a little bit more metal going on for this, because I really wanted a little more metal going on. And so these here are from my stash, pardon me there, from my stash. And these little cubes, they're just little video guys. These are from my stash, and these are going to be pulling in. They're just little glass cube guys. So from the box, what we're pulling in, and I'm super excited here, is these awesome 10 millimeter chevron beads. Look at these babies. I love them. So we're going to pull them in. These beautiful bead caps that I'm super excited about. These 14 karat gold filled, just happy bead caps. Oh, and these are like peacock crystal little rondelles, and they're the little flat rondelles, and these are some of my favorite kind of rondelles, the ones that's just flat on each side. I love them so much with bead caps, and I think this is gonna look stunning, just stunning. And these tiger eye, these are apatite dyed tiger eye, and I love all the variation of colors that come in with them. Aren't they so pretty? I just love them. And so these are all going to be just a nice pop. And there was a mix that came in the box, a holiday mix, and I took all of the clear beads out, or almost all of the clear beads out, and we're going to be using those, and they are the 8 millimeter rondelles. Also a couple of the links I took out, and I think we're going to use this by the closure here, like at the back of the neck, just because with the other beads that we're using, I didn't want to involve chain, but I thought those links would come and pull out really well. Now I am going to be using some wire. I'm using some 20 gauge wire. These are cut to 4 inches. And then I have these that are cut to 2.5 inches. And then some soft flex. So where did I put my soft flex? It is the dark lapis blue medium soft flex. That's what we've got going on today. I did pull out a stainless steel gold lobster claw clasp, and we are going to get this going. So before we start any stringing, we're going to talk about the wire that we have out. And like I said, this was kind of the inspiration for the focal of this necklace. And so I'm going to make another one of these and then the primary focal piece. So these 2.5 inch ones are what I'm going to be using for the small ones. And actually, I may just be making one more of these. So I have this flush cut on both sides. Okay, just in case we end up using it all, let's make sure it's flush cut on both sides. And Miss Heather Aston had gotten me my double-sided flush cutters, these Xeron ones, and I love them. So What we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming in here with our round nose pliers. I'm wanting to also come in here with my ruler, and on this 2.5 inch piece, I want to come down to 1 inch. So I'm going to bring this down to 1 inch, and then I'm just going to give a little bend. Okay, not a full 90 degrees. I'm just going to give a little bend there. That way I know where we're stopping, and it gives me a little neck to stop at, almost like when we give that little kickback. That's what I'm looking for here. And then I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers, and I'm going to come up to the very tip top. I'm going to make sure that I'm going towards that curve, right? So I'm going to be going up towards that curve, and I'm going to make just a standard loop till it touches. And so this is what we're looking at. It wants to turn. This is what we're looking at here. So then I'm going to come in with these, and I love these. I call them square nose pliers. I don't know what the actual name is, but I like them a lot, especially for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze this just to make sure that I was in line whenever I did my loop. And I'm going to be holding on to it with the pliers, and I'm going to be giving this resistance with my thumb. Okay, so I'm going to be using my wrist and the pliers to go up, and the resistance is coming from my thumb. And I'm going to roll this back to where our neck is. And so here he is. You see where that neck is. That tells me I'm at the 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and grab this right where the neck is. You see where that bend is? And I'm just going to kind of give this a little bit of a kickback, just a little bit more. I didn't get it just enough, but it shouldn't be necessarily at 90 degrees. Just make sure that he's all even, kind of give him a little flatten. Don't squish him too hard, but give him a little flatten. Okay, and so in here, we're just going to come in and we're going to go with one of our 4mm little balls, one of our little squared crystals, maybe, there he goes, and then another one of our 4mm beads, just like that. And then I'm wanting to go in the opposite direction, but I'm wanting to make sure I'm at 1 inch. So I'm going to come back in here with my ruler, and I'm going to measure this to 1 inch. So it's a little over, it's 1 1/4. And so what I do is I just come up here with my fingernail, either eyeball it or come to my fingernail just so it's right there about where it is. I'm going to go ahead and come here, and I'm going to give this a kickback on the opposite side. Okay, so I'm going to come all the way down to where that bead is, all the way down to where that bead is, and I'm going to kick it back from here. So we have that kickback going on. All right, so that's about where we want him to be. And then we're going to come back in here with our round nose pliers, just like we did before. We're going to go towards where that kink is. And so now that we know we're at 1 inch, we're going to come in here. I'm going to make a simple loop. I'm going to come in with my square nose, make sure that that's flat, hold on to him, give resistance with my thumb, and roll back towards that kink. Without getting your finger in the way. And so that way we have one going one way and one going the other way. Okay, so we wanted 2 of those. Let's see if they're about the same length. They should be because they were both measured, and they are. So we'll take that. So let's talk about this focal one. So we're going to take one of these long ones. We're essentially doing the same thing, right? So I'm going to come in here. This is flush cut. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to give standard loop. See, that one's a little off kilter. That's why I squish them. Okay, and I'm wanting to come down. I should have come down 1 inch before that, huh? So let's come down a little less than 1 inch, right? Because we have that loop going on. We'll give a little turn, because we're going to be turning him anyways. So we'll give some resistance. We'll go towards that kink. And then I'm going to kick him back just a little bit more. There he goes. I want him to look like a lollipop sitting on top, right? I don't want a full 90 degrees, but I want it to come up there and look like a little lollipop. So from here, what I think I was wanting to do is one of our little 4mm balls with a bead cap, one of our chevron beads, and a bead cap. We'll put one of our 4mm in the middle. We'll just come right back in here. And then one of our 4mm on top. And that's what I'm looking for. Super cute. Super cute. Now, just make sure he's good and straight. Oh, I love those beads. You want to come down an inch. And so from here, yeah, I'm about 1.25 inches again. So I'm going to come up, trim him off. I'm going to make sure that he's straight first. And this one is going to go, is this one going to go in the same direction? No, I don't think so. If it is, we'll just change it. So I'm going to give him a little kink, right? Let's measure here. A little less than 1 inch now, not too shabby. Oops. And then we're going to come in here, go towards where that kink is. We're going to do a standard loop to start it. Make sure he's even. Grab a hold of him, give our resistance with the thumb, and just roll him into that kink. Make sure he's nice and straight. He looks nice and straight. So now I'm going to grab him and turn him. He's cute. These zigzags are getting me. Are these zigzags getting you guys? I love this. But these zigzags keep making me think things are off kilter. Okay, we're just going to leave him for right now. Let's get into the stringing. So for the stringing, I want this guy to be right in the center, like him. And I know that I want one of these 4mm beads on both sides. So I'm going to come in here on one side and then the other. Okay, so these guys are just going to be sitting like this. And I love that coil that wraps around. Just super cool. So let's come in here with a bead cap, one of our crystal rondelles, and a bead cap. And we're going to do that on both sides. We're going to bead cap one of these sides and just work up one side here in a minute, but not quite yet. So we'll do that bead cap, one of our crystals, and a bead cap on the other side. And then I'm wanting to put these guys. Right, where they're just hanging down like this, kind of next to him. I think that's cool. And then we're going to do another spacer bead. Now, here was my question. do I do a spacer bead after it? Or let's do on this side, or do I do the spacer bead and then this guy? So I'm gonna look at both sides. I like it closer. So we'll do him. And actually I need to make sure they're going the same way. So you want to make sure they're facing the same way, right? So the front, you see the front of these are in front like that. And then we need another spacer bead. And then our center one is pointing back. Super cute. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. For just a couple of these, I'm gonna pull in a series of one of these bigger 8mm crystals with one of our tiger eye and then a crystal. Okay, I'm gonna do one on this other side before I bead bug it. So I'm doing one of these, tiger eye, and then another one of these. So then from here, I'm gonna bead bug one side, and let's just work on the other side here. So from here, I just wanna repeat that pattern. So then let me get these bead caps out of here. That'd be good. And then I'm gonna repeat that pattern. So I'm gonna come in here with one of our 4mm, a bead cap, one of our crystal rondelles, a bead cap, and a 4mm. And then I'll do one more series with the bigger bead. So we'll do one of those 8mm, followed by one of our tiger eye and an 8mm. Then we'll go into, and actually would that be, yep, that would be right, because there's two left for the other side. Okay, that one, the bead cap, one of our crystal rondelles, bead cap, and another one of these 4mm. So from here, we're gonna graduate these into smaller ones, okay? Everything else is gonna stay the same, except I'm gonna be using these smaller crystals. So that's where we're going with it, and we're gonna take that all the way up. So I'm gonna go crystal, tiger eye, crystal, and then it's story time while I go up this side with you guys. So I have already made this necklace. I made this necklace, except after I made it, I'll say after I made it, I made changes to it because I had to redo it anyways. And that is because whenever I had went to the store and went to get my nails done, I had my AirPods. Well, I put my AirPods back in my purse and I came home and recorded. And when I recorded, I didn't notice anything, but when I started editing, every 10 seconds, I would lose a second. And so it would like blip out my voice, it would blip out the sound. And so it was through the whole video. And so I was so sad. I was gonna have to redo this. And then I had a thought. You know, these little guys are what started this whole thing, and I didn't even incorporate them in the design. And so I added them, and the rest is essentially the same. That and the links, because I had to cut these off. Oh, you guys, I tell ya, I had no way of knowing though. My phone was trying every 10 seconds to connect to my AirPods. So, anywho, but then I got awesome news. And that is, we hit 3,000 subscribers. 3,000 subscribers. You guys, the happiness. Oh my goodness, the happiness, the happiness. And so then, of course, I cry about it because I'm happy. Good, happy cry. And then I'm like, oh, I need to do a short. And so I did the short with horrible crying eyes. I'm sure you could tell that I had been crying, but it was not a sad cry. It was a happy cry. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Okay. And let me do one more and then I'll start on the other side because I can't remember how many there were. I just know that what I have here is what I'm going to be using. So how many do I have left? If there's 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So anyways, this necklace is being redone. But I'm so happy about these beads. They are beautiful beads. They are beautiful beads. And I think what I've been able to put together here meshes really well. And I'll tell you, I really love shopping also just at DiDi Beads online shop. Here, I'll put her website right up here. I really enjoy just shopping at her website. And considering, I mean, here's what always blows my mind when I order from her. Considering she's shipping from Canada, and I can sometimes get shipments in the same time frame or a quicker time frame than orders here from within the US. That's saying something to me. But I really love her selection of Czech glass. She has a beautiful selection of Czech glass and Czech glass seed beads and large hole beads, and it's just good stuff. So definitely check that out too. Her subscription, well, it's her boxes, and they're on a first come first serve basis. You know, when they're gone, they're gone. But the curated strands that's on her website and the beautiful Czech glass, like really, you guys, you can't go wrong there. It is good stuff. And I love the elegance of this necklace. I love that it's blingy, but it's not too overwhelming, right? Because some of that blingy stuff can be too overwhelming. Sometimes golds can be too overwhelming. These are subtle golds. The bling is offset by, you know, the gemstones. I think it's a beautiful combination, and I'm definitely going to be wearing this. I think it says holiday party. And I don't know right off if I have a shirt to match it, but if I don't, I will have. I will take care of that, my friends. Oh, I just appreciate you guys so much. I cannot believe I am at 3,000 subscribers. I am just over the moon about it. I'm a little messy about it. So stay tuned. Gonna be doing something, a small little giveaway, something for the 3,000, and starting preparations and planning, because when I hit 5,000, it is gonna be a massive party, and I need to start planning it now. Super exciting. You know, I'm just thinking it's not just these numbers. It's you guys, you know? I mean, sure, 3,000 is 3,000, but considering who I have here with me, yeah. pretty darn lucky. And then I go doing that, and then I can't see. Oh, Amy. No sniffling zone. No crying and jewelry making. Oh, am I allowed to say a quote like that? I don't know. We'll just keep it between us, okay? So I'm just doing the rest of these here. It's so pretty, right? So pretty. Loving it. I better take a look at this and make sure I didn't mess something up, right? Sometimes when I get emotional, whether it's being overexcited or whatever the case is, I can miss something. But I should have a couple left. Let's count how many we have so far. So on this side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent. And we have 2 of these left, 2 of these left. All right, I think we know what we need to do. I don't know if we're going to have room for all of them, though. That's why we have the links this time, my friends. That's why we have the links this time. Oh, yeah. We'll have to crimp this side first, and then we can definitely put some more on that side. But I'm going to have to let this go just to give me enough for a crimp. There we go. All right, let me get clamshell connector. I also got some 18 karat gold filled jump rings. These are a little lighter than these. Okay, and we need to get some crimp tubes out. All right, let's get these things out of our way. We're done with those for right now. Then I'm gonna come in here, put one of these guys on. Woohoo! Bring this to the very tip top. We need all the room we can get, right? I'll come in here and close him up real good. Bring that clamshell up, close that off. Now we have some breathing room. So I'm going to stand this up, let gravity do its work here, and then I'm going to curl him up. And then I'll come in here with my other clamshell. See, now we have a little more room happening. And then we'll come in here with our crimp tube, let it slide all the way down. And since I know gravity had this where it needs to be, I'm not going to push down too much. I'm just going to go ahead and crimp him off. I want to make sure this necklace has good movement. Since it's beaded all the way up. So let's trim him off as low as we can go. And then we'll close him off. So someone texted me and said, how are you celebrating your 3,000th? And I said, by doing a tutorial. I'm celebrating with my friends. That's what I do. So here I am. And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy, my friends. I'm so thankful and happy. So thankful and happy that I just crushed this clamshell connector. Oh boy. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's connect him. Let's connect this to our link. So we have this nice movement, not too much movement, but good movement. And I'm going to come in here with our jump rings and our links because I need a little more length because I had to cut this off. Shh, don't tell anybody. Let's just keep it between us that all this had to be redone. So I'm going to go onto this link and I'm going to go into my clamshell, and this is the one that I kind of got funky with, so we need to be extra nice to him. And these are the 18 karat gold filled. There we go. We'll do this other side. And then on the earrings, I did make a pair of earrings. We're not going to redo those pair of earrings, okay? They are, and when I show you, you'll get it. They're essentially the same thing as the focal. So I've shown you guys how we do that. So we'll just go through and we'll look at the earrings. All right, and then these two for our closure. Nice, nice, nice. And then we have a beautiful holiday necklace. Yay! Thank you, Stella and DiDi Beads, for giving us this opportunity, because I know I'm certainly happy right now that I got this necklace. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get out the earrings, and I'm going to put my extras in here with my other extras. That way I can sort through them. Yep, yep. And we have this beautiful necklace. Love it. Love it. My friends, thank you for being here with me. Thank you so much for who you are, for putting up with my silliness and my goofiness and my getting overly excited about beads and about designs. I can't help it. I just love it all, and I love you guys, and you are the best, and I am so thankful. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. And until we meet right back here on this bead mat, I hope you have had a fantastic day and will continue to have a fantastic day. Bye-bye, my friends.